We have new details now on the coronavirus. The Biden administration will begin providing vaccines to U.S. pharmacies. This is part of the plan to ramp up vaccinations as new strains are beginning to appear. Next week, 6,500 pharmacies will receive a total of 1 million doses. The number of pharmacies is expected to accelerate as drug makers increase production. Now, Pfizer plans to deliver 200 million doses of its vaccine by May. That's earlier than its initial forecast of July. The company says it can potentially deliver 2 billion doses worldwide by the end of the year, now that healthcare providers can extract an additional 6 doses of the vaccine from those vials. Pfizer says patients will likely need to get regular booster shots, though, to counter the emerging variant strains. Thousands of people in our area are making vaccination appointments online, but many others can't due to a lack of internet access. KMBC 9's Michael Mahoney has more on what they can do.
Not everybody can get online to sign up for a shot.
But right here in our own backyard, there are pockets of folks that just don't have that access, but they have a telephone.
This month, the AARP will host 3 big telephone town halls.
We're dialing out to landlines, so obviously we're skewing older to older Missourians.
The Kansas chapter will do the same thing. In Kansas City, Missouri, there's 2 numbers, the 513-1313. They'll ask you to press 3 after the first prompt and then press 1 after the second. Or their helpline, 311.
But there's a bit of a nuance there. If you don't hit the right number, then you go to the wrong. You might end up in the solid waste department or the water department.
Robinson's Black Healthcare Coalition is telling some to call the Truman Medical Center line, 404-2273.
They are connected to individuals who best understand the medical delivery system and do this every day.
Wyandotte County's line is also 311 or 573-5511. Johnson County, 715-2819. They're open weekdays and they have Spanish translators. Clay County is setting up a line, but all of it depends on enough supply.
And you can have people sign up. We've helped a lot of people sign up. But if there are no vaccines, all we get are their frustrated phone calls back.
And that's not going to get better anytime soon. Still, there are ways to sign up for an appointment and not have to go online. Michael Mahoney, KMBC 9 News.
The Kansas City Health Department says all of the state's local health departments are getting slightly less vaccine than they expected. Some of it is going to help provide shots in the statewide mass vaccination program that's now starting up. Now, this is where we stand when it comes to the coronavirus in Kansas and Missouri. In Kansas, 8.6% of tests are coming back positive. In Missouri, 9.1% of tests are coming back positive. In both states, the rate has been dropping for about a week and a half straight. Hospitalizations continue to fall. The University of Kansas Health System has 38 people with the active virus. The hospital says that's actually the first time it's been under 40 in a long time. 9 patients are in the ICU. 5 of those ICU patients are on ventilators. We are learning more about who's getting the shots. In the first month of the vaccine rollout, 13 million Americans got a dose. 63% were women. 55% were people aged 55 and older. Many doses went to nursing homes. 78% of nursing home residents received at least 1 shot, but only 38% of the staff members got vaccinated. We are seeing more trouble with the Kansas Department of Labor. A security upgrade this week is causing problems. Investigative reporter Matt Fleener explains.
The agency says it stopped 240,000 bots or fraudulent claims as of 12 p.m. today. That's good news considering the fraud the agency has seen. But KMBC 9 has received tips today saying people are now having trouble seeing their claims with the new website. We spoke to 2 people who said the new ID verification is good, but now can't see what to do next.
I experienced the same thing that so many people do. You just can't seem to get through any phone lines.
That was something that had to be done. But for it to update and erase people like me, like where did my weeks go? How do I get paid for those?
We're working on those situations specifically with the Department of Labor. A couple of other tips. You have to create a new profile with the Kansas Department of Labor through this new site. Also, you have to sign up for what's called 2-factor authentication, meaning you have to verify either through text message or email. We're sharing more tips right now on my KMBC Facebook page. Matt Fleener, KMBC 9 News.
Kansas is hoping this new website will cut down on fraud. It's one of many states targeted by unemployment fraud. According to the Department of Labor's Inspector General, scammers made off with $36 million by targeting unemployment benefits, and that was just through November. President Biden is meeting with Democrats and Republicans this week in hopes of passing a coronavirus relief package. KMBC 9's Bree Jackson has the update from Washington.
President Joe Biden is pushing for a bipartisan deal, but there's still a large gap in negotiations. Now, Democratic lawmakers are taking steps to go at it alone. Democratic leaders say they'll deliver COVID relief with or without Republican support.
Time is a luxury our country does not have.
Democrats are pushing to get the president's $1.9 trillion package through Congress using reconciliation, meaning they'll only need a simple majority rather than 60 votes to pass the bill.
So we're off to a totally partisan start. I think that's unfortunate.
This just one day after the president met with 10 Republicans about a bipartisan deal. The White House says it hopes negotiations continue.
Republicans can engage and see their ideas adopted. At any point in the process, a bipartisan bill can pass on the floor.
Lawmakers agree on some things, including money for vaccines and for reopening schools.
Areas of obvious disagreement, I'm happy to tackle those.
Republicans proposed a much smaller $618 billion package. It would scale back on direct payments and leave out money for state and local governments.
Again, laser focused on COVID-19 and not including a bunch of liberal priorities.
Democrats stand by Biden's plan and are preparing to move forward even if Republicans don't get on board.
The needs of the American people are so demanding. We need to think big and we need to act quickly.
In Washington, I'm Bree Jackson, KMBC 9 News.
These are the 10 Republican senators who met with President Biden Monday. The list includes Jerry Moran of Kansas. The group is made up of both moderate and conservatives, and Moran told KMBC 9's Michael Mahoney there is some give and take in the $1.9 trillion proposal.
We have a different point of view, I suppose, but I would tell you the president was engaged. He listened. He offered suggestions. He debated facts and figures and instructed his staff to provide us with additional information, which is taking place today. And the conversation had value.
The group makes up 1/5 of the GOP Senate caucus.